What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're subbed, welcome back. If you're not, subscribe. Today we're putting a 4-port boost controller on my car, and then we'll tune it. We'll be able to see the difference between like 7 and probably 24, 26 pounds depending on how high we turn it up to. So let's check it out. Okay, so I've done a couple things in preparation. I put new plugs in it and gapped them down a little bit. It's at 0.024. Let's go check out the old plugs here. They look pretty decent. You can kind of see a timing mark there. Obviously this is the right way to read plugs. If you want to read a timing mark, you gotta warm the car up, put a fresh set in, all that. But they look good, no signs of like detonation or anything like that. Alright, so I've got the 4-port plumbed with the vacuum lines. It's not wired yet. I'll kind of show you guys which pins to wire in and stuff like that, but so far we've got our US Postal Service 4-port mount right here. Just a piece of cardboard, got some zip ties around it, some self-tappers to hold it in there. It seems pretty sturdy, honestly. I'll probably put something better in that eventually, but for now it'll work. So on this side, this is the in. This goes down to the fitting down here. There's a little nipple that comes off of there. So this in line reads the boost pressure off of your compressor housing. This down here is B. It goes around here. And it's sitting at the bottom port on the gate. And then this one, the top port over here, A. The reason 4 ports are so nice is basically it can take the boost pressure off of this inlet line right here, reroute it, and shove it onto the top of the gate. One, to help it spool up faster, it'll keep your gate closed longer, and then 2, you can basically make as much boost pressure you want off of whatever wastegate spring you want. Whereas a 3-port, you can really only double your base spring pressure. So if you have a 8-pound spring, you can only make like 16. Here, if we have an 8-pound spring, we can make 50 if we want to. Alright, this was the current wastegate spring situation. We had these two stacked together. Made about anywhere from 16 to 18 pounds, depending on the gear and whatnot. But we're gonna just put one of these back in here. I gotta figure out which one the small one is, but I think I made 8 pounds on the small one, and then I put this one in thinking it was a 13-pound spring, and it only made 7 pounds. So we'll figure that out. I'll put the smaller one back in, and that'll be our base spring pressure. Alright, you guys will have to excuse how disgusting inside this car is, but right here, the ECU connector A, B, D. We're going to power the boost controller, as well as I'm going to move my wideband gauge off of this power, but this is A25. I'm just going to cut this in the middle, splice it, or strip it down, and then put it in some crimp tubes. You can also use T-tap connectors. I just prefer to use crimp tubes and heat shrink. So I'll show you guys once that's done, because it's kind of hard to do with one hand. So I've got them crimped. I haven't heated up the heat shrink yet, but I'll do that here shortly. So here's your A25, and then this is one wire, and this is another wire. One will go to my wideband, one will go to the boost controller. I'm going to get this heat shrunk down and get those wires ran. Okay guys, the power wire has been run through. The solenoid is connected. Doesn't matter which wire as far as I know. One will be your 12 volt, and then this one will be the signal. We'll pin it into the ECU. I have the boost component kit to solder into the ECU still. My brother-in-law is on the way. He solders stuff pretty much for a living, so he's going to come over and help me out with that. But basically we'll run a wire from here. The ECU kit came with a pin. We'll just pin it into the harness.
There's still a little bit of solder left in that pad. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Should have brought. I have a wire bending guide.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's a little big for this spot. Okay. Now what?
Q29.
Is it in that top left corner as well?
Yeah.
There it is.
Just make sure the other stripes still left. You got it.
Yeah, it lays it out on the board how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, I guess you know what you're looking
Go. Is that this guy or is this your little transistor?
at.
Looks like it's gonna be this guy.
Is that Q29?
Yeah.
So they're the large MOSFET
Yeah.
transistor to space mark Q29.
So over there. Now what?
R70.
70. Okay, I see it. And R71.
After this is done, you just need to run the one single wire into the harness and ready to the PC plug.
I'll be good.
Ready to go.
Okay. So R70 and R71.
Now this one is how they did the diode. So it's too big.
Alright, these resistors are two different resistors.
So solder 220 ohm resistor, red, brown,
Yep.
gold stripes into R70.
Making good headway.
People look like 50 bucks readings.
Really?
Yeah.
Easy money.
This looks scary.
Yeah, it looks scary. It's really easy. But, I mean, we've been around it enough. Like, it's not a big deal. Okay, and there's this guy.
330 ohm R71 and then
Q1.
220 R70 and 330 R71. The 330 is orange, brown.
Mm-hmm, got that.
Oh, you got that. So we just have the one left here.
Yep.
That one goes to. So that's the PWM upper right corner and desolder Q20.
Q20.
And install the connectors.
I wonder what Jacob's up to. Slaving.
I think I can do it off here.
Something like that.
Yeah, I thought I killed the AC the other day.
What'd you do?
So I had it on the table because I had it open looking at it to see if it had that stuff in it already.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to leave, so I had to go put it back in my car. And I had it like in my hand, like this. And I like turned the light off. And like when I turned the light off, it shocked me.
The light did?
Yeah, like, maybe like I hit the screw on the light switch.
Yeah, you got some static.
Yeah. And my car didn't off after like 30 minutes. I think.
That's like the best feeling ever.
And then it started working. I was like, oh, cool. My TPS was showing like 113% all the time. What the?
Okay, solder. See if the other side works. Looks like it went all the way through. Okay.
What those colors just works.
Really?
Okay. Should really good.
Yeah, I use my little snips for about everything at work. see that heat transfer up. Yeah. No, it just shot flux up the line. Make sure all these components got good solder joints. Yep, yep. Resistors need more. Oops. That's not good. There we go. Yeah, it's not on the board or anything. That's all, just hot flux. So it's done.
Sick. I took about 10 minutes.
Yeah. You have alcohol.
Alright, that took all about 10 minutes. Zach's really good with this stuff, but put those two in there, a couple resistors there, and then whatever the heck this guy is down here. You could easily do this yourself. You don't need to pay somebody. The only reason I didn't do it myself is I don't have all the tools, and Zach does. Alright guys, so this was, we hit boost cut on this pool at about 6,700. Let's see, 15 degrees of ignition, injector duty cycle 88%, about 6,800, 25 pound. That's what I had my boost cut set up, was 25 pounds. Outside to the car, probably gonna raise that up to 28, just because I think it can handle it. I'm gonna pull a plug and just see what it looks like, but just wanted to go over everything real quick just to clarify everything. It's kind of hard to capture this whole process, but basically we just took one of these wires, ran it to pin A26 on the ECU for 12 volt power, and then this one we put a basically a harness pin, like the ECU plug has a little clip. We crimped that to the end of that wire and plugged it into an empty spot on pin A11. So that's what makes the boost, that's what makes the solenoid work, and then the routing obviously. So, and then from there, just tuning the tables. I'll show you guys the tables here in a second. Okay, so right here is the tables. Basically, the columns are your RPM and the rows are what gear you're in. You're doing everything in third gear, and you can see 2,000 to 4,000 we have 100 in there. It's basically just shoving the gate closed as tight as possible to spool up as quickly as possible, and then it kind of tapers off. And then so before I could only make about 14 pounds at 5,000 RPMs, and then we were able to hit boost cut at 5,000 RPMs, 25 pound boost cut, so 11 pounds, I mean, and then some if we raised our boost cut. So huge difference as far as spool up time, and that's just with a 8 pound spring in it. So, and we have boost by gear set up, so first gear will be on 8 pounds, and then second gear, shooting for like 18, maybe like 15, I don't know, I haven't tested it yet, but so yeah, I gotta do some more tweaking with that to get it working good, so we're not hitting boost cut. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a plug just to show you guys what it looks like. Ground strap's pretty white. Probably should check in to see what that means, but there's no signs of detonation on the ceramic or porcelain, whatever that is, up in there. So everything looks good and didn't lift a head, so overall a successful night. Alright guys, I'm about to start editing the video. I just want to let you know the part you're about to see, first of all, was filmed on a closed course, of course. And the first pool is like a little 2-3, it's on 8 psi, and then the next pool will be about 22 pounds, and then 25 after that. I'll put some titles down at the bottom. But I just wanted to do kind of a before and after of what it would look like. guys, that pretty much does it for this video. Kind of done with power mods for now. Next couple videos I have planned are to put some radials on the car and a front traction bar, and I want to do a cost breakdown on the build, kind of show you guys how much money I have in the car and how much you could build the same car for. And then the drag strip opens up in a month and we'll be drag racing, so stay tuned for that. If you like the video, if you're still watching to this point, you might as well subscribe. You've watched the whole video or you've skipped, but either way, peace.